Every day, millions of workers show up exhausted, and most don't realize the hidden dangers of workplace fatigue. But what if I told you that fatigue has caused some of the worst industrial disasters in history? Stay tuned, because these shocking facts might just save your life. Fatigue isn't just about feeling sleepy, it's a dangerous impairment that slows reaction times, reduces focus, and increases the likelihood of accidents. But what causes it? Long work hours and shift work. Working long or irregular hours disrupts natural sleep cycles, making it hard for workers to get restorative sleep. Shift workers in particular experience circadian rhythm disruptions, which can result in chronic fatigue. Extended work hours without sufficient breaks can lead to cognitive impairment, slower reaction times, and a higher risk of workplace incidents. High workload and stress mental exhaustion can be just as dangerous as physical fatigue. When stress levels spike, decision-making suffers. Workers under high pressure are more prone to errors, miscalculations, and burnout. Prolonged stress also contributes to physical health issues, including high blood pressure and weakened immune function, further exacerbating fatigue. Sleep disorders and poor sleep hygiene. Undiagnosed conditions like sleep apnea and insomnia leave workers chronically fatigued. Sleep disorders can reduce the quality and duration of sleep, preventing the body from fully recovering overnight. Poor sleep hygiene, such as excessive screen time before bed, irregular sleep schedules, and a lack of a restful sleep environment, can also contribute to ongoing exhaustion. Environmental factors, poor lighting, excessive noise, and extreme temperatures can wear a worker down quickly. Harsh working conditions, such as excessive heat or cold, force the body to work harder to maintain stability, leading to increased fatigue. Bright lights or poor contrast can strain the eyes, while loud noises can contribute to mental exhaustion by making it harder to concentrate and process information. Let's look at some numbers that prove just how serious fatigue is. Fatigue-related workplace accidents cost employers over $136 billion annually in lost productivity and healthcare expenses. Studies show that going 24 hours without sleep impairs a person as much as being legally drunk. Fatigue is responsible for up to 13% of workplace injuries and 20% of vehicle accidents. Industries like transportation, healthcare, and construction see the highest rates of fatigue-related accidents. Still think fatigue isn't a big deal? Let's look at 6 real-life disasters caused by exhaustion. Chernobyl nuclear disaster, 1986. What happened? A fatigue night crew made critical mistakes while running a safety test, failing to react to a dangerous reactor condition. Their impaired judgment led to a catastrophic explosion and one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. What key learning came from this? Fatigue impairs decision-making, especially in high-risk industries. Scheduling well-rested workers for critical tasks is essential to avoid devastating consequences. Exxon Valdez oil spill, 1989. What happened? A sleep-deprived third mate struggling to stay alert during a long shift failed to navigate the ship correctly. This resulted in the vessel running aground and spilling 11 million gallons of crude oil, causing massive environmental damage. What did we learn? Long shifts and irregular schedules increase risk. Implementing proper rest policies and reducing excessive workloads can prevent catastrophic errors. 3 Mile Island nuclear accident, 1979. What happened? Operators working extended shifts misread critical warning signals, failing to recognize a reactor coolant system malfunction. Their exhaustion contributed to poor decision-making, leading to a partial meltdown of the reactor. What was a lesson learned from this? Alertness monitoring and shift rotation are vital in high-stakes environments to ensure workers remain focused and able to respond accurately to emergencies. BP Texas City refinery explosion, 2005. What happened? Overworked and fatigued employees failed to notice warning signs of an overfilled distillation tower. Their exhaustion led to lapses in judgment and inaction, resulting in a massive explosion that killed 15 people and injured over 170 others. Wow, what can we see from this that we can learn from? Employers must recognize the risks of worker fatigue, enforce regular rest periods, and foster a culture where safety takes priority over productivity. Metro North train crash, 2013. What happened? A train engineer with undiagnosed sleep apnea fell asleep at the controls, leading to a high-speed derailment that killed 4 people and injured over 60 others. Is there anything we can take from this? Yes, screening for sleep disorders can save lives. Employers should encourage regular health evaluations and provide support for workers suffering from fatigue-related conditions. Colgan Air Flight 3407 crash, 2009, what happened? The pilot and co-pilot, both suffering from extreme sleep deprivation due to commuting long distances and lack of proper rest, made fatal mistakes while trying to recover from an aerodynamic stall. The plane crashed, killing all 49 people on board and 1 person on the ground. Can we change anything to prevent this from happening again? Strict fatigue regulations in safety-critical industries are essential to prevent deadly errors. Pilots and other high-responsibility workers must adhere to well-defined rest schedules. So, how can we prevent workplace fatigue from becoming the next big disaster? Here are some essential steps. For workers, we can prioritize getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night and maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Take scheduled breaks and use designated rest areas when needed. Stay hydrated and consume balanced, nutritious meals to sustain energy levels. Recognize fatigue symptoms like slowed reaction time, difficulty focusing, and frequent yawning. And for employers, some prevention tips are: implement reasonable shift schedules, limit excessive overtime, and provide sufficient rest periods. Encourage open discussions about fatigue and workplace safety through regular training sessions. Invest in fatigue monitoring technology for high-risk jobs, such as wearable alertness detectors. Offer wellness programs, employee assistance programs, and health screenings. Provide access to educational resources such as the National Sleep Foundation and fatigue science programs. Fatigue isn't just about feeling tired. It's a real workplace hazard that can cost lives. Now that you know the shocking facts, what will you do to stay safe? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments, and let's work together to make every workplace safer.